now we're gonna rotate this somewhere else. And I'm probably gonna do what's kind of a unique type thing, and that is to take a section of camera here and zoom in on a key item. So we're gonna go over here to about the 5.4 mark, and then this is gonna be zoomed in on the Happy Brad blimp. So it's gonna go real quick. Now this, I do need to put another key in here. Let's stretch this out. So this is all going to be into black. And actually, this one needs to come right up, like alongside it. I'm going to stretch this out. And get it right up next to there. So it's going to just suddenly, instantly go to that scene. Zoom into the blimp. I'm going to put another key here. I'm going to focus in on this loop. We're going to kind of zoom in on that as well. Put another key over here. And that one's going to be like that. You can play with the field of vision a little bit, stretch it out. This is, it was at 60. You can stretch it out, make it 100. You can get in a little bit closer with it. It kind of has a neat effect. So now these two, we don't want that. So we want to bring those two real close together. Again, we got to stretch this out. And I mean, you can be picky about it and get as close as you can, or you can just get as close as you think might work. And then I'm going to also show you about the fading in these points. So doom, doom. You don't even need it. It's so quick that you don't even need the fade part. This next one's going to be around the 7.8. So that was going to be the first point. This is going to be the next. We can do another one of those weird camera field of vision stretches there. You'll see what I mean by that in just a second. So we need one more key here. This is the one that's going to be like underneath the finish line here. And again, this is so sensitive. You almost have to key it in, find out which one of these moves it over. And we're going to zoom in and kind of bring this there. And I'll tell you why in a minute. We'll get to that point. And then this is going to be the final one here. Let's just move over a little bit. So we're going to slide this off to the end. We're going to erase this one at the very end, and then just slide this over to the 10-second mark or so. And this one is going to be regular vision or so. Like that. And let's 368. Alright, we need to make these closer now, so we're going to stretch these out. That's good. Sometimes the ones at the end, you gotta kind of shrink it first and then stretch it out so it's easier. Very good. Okay, stop. So now we're going to put our text speech in right here. That's going to say whatever you want, but we're going to call it very cool track. Remember, it's going to have a black background here at this point. Opening sequence, the scale is going to be 1 and 1. We're going to do a 2 and a 3. So it's going to kind of grow as it goes along. We can go ahead and shade this dark. Shade this one dark. Alright, so these are transitioning without a fade. Then it kind of goes like that. Very cool track. Comes into the blimp. Now, if you want, you can do what's a very quick, like a blink. See, if you get too close, you get one of those things. So you have to space these out and then move them closer. So I'm going to put in keys. I need 4 of these for each one of these. And I'll tell you why in a minute. So instead of a quick just transition, we're going to have it look like it's almost blinking, like like you blinked your eye at that precise moment. So now we got 4 keys in here. And we're going to zoom in. Transitions right here. Going to bring these pretty close to each other. And then, so that's going to keep this fade thing open. Then we're going to fade to shut. Fade to shut. And then fade open. Right here. Come on. So we're just going on, the 2 middle ones just go on each side of this block up here. Okay, so that's like right in the middle. These go to fade out to black. You're going to be in black while it's transitioning, and then it's going to fade back in. So it's almost like that, like you're just blinking your eye. It's going to be real quick though, in real time. So what we have so far looks like this. Blink, blink, blink. Very quickly. Okay. Now we're going to input a ghost car. I've already popped it up in here, and that's basically, I think we went through it. We just pull a replay out, okay? And we're going to start it right here at about around that mark there. And it's not going to show in your editor. You actually had to go to the actual intro, like the in-game intro or editor intro, to see it. But this is also starting the car at the starting point. You can't see it because it's also at the starting point. So what we need to do is offset this. The race time is 12.8, and I'm going to put it at about 11.8. And see how that looks from this point of view. And then as it crosses the finish line, I'm going to put a camera shake in there. We're going to put the speed of that on 20 and fade it out to a 0 at about the 10-second mark or so, right about there, let's say. 0. And then this final one will be 0 as well. So hopefully, if all that's in there right, we will see what we're talking about. A little bit off with the car, so you gotta take a look at that again. And all of these, skills you can do with the in-game cameras as well. Instead of just the intro, you can do it in the in-game and the end race as well. If we look at that again, you'll see the camera shake doesn't quite match up with where the car is, so we're going to have to make an adjustment. So let's go ahead and make a look at this again. And the camera shake's just a little bit behind or something. I'm trying to figure that one out. But let's play with it. Let's bring this into like right there at the finish line. And let's see how that goes. Well, that's the wrong direction, isn't it? That's got to be more like here. So again, because you can't see it in the editor, you have to kind of just keep looking at it to tweak it to the right point. So we get a little bit of camera shake there at the end, and I think that's pretty good. And one last thing I'm going to do is select some custom music here. I'm trying to remember which one We're going to turn our music back up so you can hear it. Oh, yeah! Once again, this is Happy Brad. Thank you for watching the video here, and hopefully it helps you out. Like I always say, keep tinkering with it. You'll find things that you'll never dream you can do. It just takes some practice, takes some tinkering around, some trial and error, and most of all, a lot of patience. So thank you for watching. Hope you like it.